what's up? Welcome to my channel. Check out my new Christmassy background. Isn't that so exciting? I love the holidays. I love this time of year, and so this is kind of my first real makeup look from fall going into December. This is I like to call this more of a cranberry glitzy glam smoky eye that's perfect for like Thanksgiving. So it's like a November look. We wanted something super bright and fun and shimmery, but also brings out that like deep cranberry tone that I really, when I think of like the week of Thanksgiving, this is like the look that I always think of, like a red and purple kind of look. And so that's what we're doing here, because cranberry can be a couple different colors. It can be more of a red, but then if you get cranberry sauce, it's more of a purple in my opinion. So that's what we did here. And so I wanted it to be something super easy, super wearable for like anybody, any skin tone. And so yeah, if you want to see how I get this look, you can keep watching. And we're also going to be testing out some new makeup products and kind of reviewing those in this video as well. One of those I was sent, so yeah, I'm really excited about it. And yeah, I hope you do like it, and if you do end up liking it, give it a thumbs up, and you'll also get to see a couple sneak peeks as to some giveaway items that I'm having for my Christmas giveaways. So yeah, if you want to keep watching, then do so. Here we go. Can we just like again just talk about how cute the Christmas background is? I hope it's like symmetrically even with my head right now. I'm a little nervous that it's a little off, but it's okay. Still cute. Okay, we are going to be using some new products. First thing we're going to start off with is this Mario Badescu Rose Lip Balm. So I went to Ulta today to get some stuff for my Christmas giveaway. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. And this was like at the checkout counter, and I've been looking for some lip balm for work because I don't really want to keep reapplying lipstick all day. I just need something to keep myself moisturized. And I already tried this out when I got home, and it's so moisturizing. It smells like rose, so if you don't like rose, then you may not like this, but I really love rose, and it's just like a creamy, buttery feeling. I feel like Vaseline is like my go-to, but sometimes Vaseline can get a little, I don't know, sticky, but I feel like this just makes your lips look nice and plump and luscious. Another new product that I got from Sephora the other day is this Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. It came in this Tatcha like gift box. This was $65, and it came with it silk canvas, the dewy skin cream, a face mask which is like brightening, and it was really good, and the luminous dewy skin mist, which I already had that. I already had the silk canvas and the dewy skin mist, and I really liked it. And for $65 and to get something that's not like travel size for 4 products from Tatcha especially, I think it's a really good gift idea if you're into that kind of thing. But this is just going to make us look kind of glowy. This is again the dewy skin cream, and so I just kind of applied that all over my face. And how cute are these earrings? I got these earrings from Target. They're by the Sugar Fix Bauble Bar brand, which I've always loved. Bauble Bar. I have so many necklaces from there. But yeah, sorry, I'm just like talking. This is more of a chit chat, get ready with me now that I'm thinking about it. And now I'm going to go into the Tatcha Silk Canvas. This is one that I've already have. Somehow I got some fuzz all in it. And so I'm just going to take a decent amount of this product. You really don't have to use too much. It says like the size of a grain of rice is all you really need. But I'm just going to apply this mainly around the center of my face. It really does smooth out your pores and feel just really nice on your skin, and it smells really good. To me, it smells like kind of clean. I'm going to take just a little tiny bit of the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer in Radiance. This is like a dewy primer, and I'm going to use this to use on the majority of my face, but again, going in with like a light amount, and this is going to kind of go around the edges since that Tatcha is in the center. I just feel like lately I have to put primer down here. I know I used to kind of only put it in my T-zone, but now with going to work every day, I feel like it does start to fade down here, because you know, you find yourself like touching your face right there like the most when you're sitting at your desk, where I do at least. And so I like to really prime my entire face now to make sure everything's locked and loaded. Now I'm gonna go ahead and spritz my face with the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist, and this is again something I bought a while back and that I've been really not generous with. Like I've been using like 1 spritz at a time, but now that I have the other one that's bigger, as you can see, and so this is like the mini travel size. I think this was like $20 or $22 at Sephora. I'm just gonna go in with a couple spritzes to kind of make my face a little bit more dewy looking. So we're looking nice and dewy and glowy right now, but gonna go in with a little bit of this. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. For foundation today, I'm gonna go in with a, I swallowed that. I'm gonna go in with a foundation I haven't used in a little bit, just because it's kind of too dark for me, so we're gonna mix it a little bit. This is the Lancome Tint Adelaide Ultra Wear. I love this foundation. I think it's a, let's see, we might have to go classic makeup tutorial. But I love this foundation. It's super long lasting, super full coverage, and it is an up to 24-hour color, wear, and comfort transfer resistant foundation. So it's not like super matte, and it's not like, but since it is a little bit dark, you can see I have lipstick swatches. I'm gonna go in with some luminous foundation from Anastasia, and this is in the shade 200W, the Anastasia one, and this is more my color, and then the Lancome one is in 260 Bisque, I think is what it's called. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this Anastasia just to lighten it up a little bit, because it's just too dark on me. But I do, if I want to wear it like a turtleneck, it's easier to fix that. And so we're gonna go in and just apply this little makeup cocktail with a beauty sponge, and this is by Morphe. You can also use a brush, but I do just prefer ending the process with a sponge, because it makes it look not strokey at all. I did mention this is too dark for me, and we are going to lighten it up, but I did blend it down my neck a little bit. And so again, like, I do get even more tan than what this foundation is, and this is a foundation I got over the summer when I was, you know, laying out and going to the tanning bed and all that stuff. So but we are going to brighten it with this Kylie concealer in the shade Bone, and so I'm just going to brighten my under eye quite a bit. And the one thing I like to do is kind of take it down here a little bit, and also cover any kind of bumps. I'm going to take it down the chin, down the nose, brighten this area, and then around the nose here, because that's where I lose a lot of makeup. So this is pretty much my go-to with concealer. I look ridiculous right now, I fully am aware. And so we're going to brighten the under eye, and I really love this concealer because it's not too thick and it's also not too thin, because I feel like it's hard to get that in between. So if you're into like that medium, like a full coverage medium feeling concealer, I feel like the Kylie is really good, because I have some other concealers that I also really love, but they're much thicker. I'm going to go into the Fenty Beauty Lavender Pro Filter Setting Powder. I love this stuff. It's super good for brightening the under eyes. It smells good. I say that every time. But I'm going to go into this mini sponge, and we're going to use that to set the concealer. And I used to think that you didn't have to set concealer, like it would be okay. But, you know, when I'm wearing makeup a long period of time, it'll just start creasing and looking really bad if you don't. So I'm not really a fan of baking, like I never have. I don't really see the biggest difference on me personally. If anything, I feel like it makes me look more cakey if I leave it on too long, but I do kind of like to leave it on long enough to where you can like let it really like soak in to the concealer. So I feel like it took me a while to figure out that nice happy medium between taking it off instantly and then also leaving it on for just a couple minutes. So I'm gonna let that sit for just a minute, and like when I say a minute, like enough time for me to grab my brush that is going to dust it off, which is this big brush. And so we're just gonna lightly start gliding the setting powder off. Woo. And so you can see it just really did brighten the under eye. Like it's not there, it's not like a powder anymore, but you can see how bright that looks compared to how it looked a second ago with just the concealer or not the concealer at all. And then I'm also going to dust with this brush. I'm going to go ahead and set my entire face, just like a light scrub, because we are going to add more powder down here in a second when we kind of contour. But I do want to make sure like the whole face is set. Again, very important. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back into that Tatcha Dewy Luminous Dewy Skin Mist to make sure we're not losing life. So you'll see me apply that a couple times throughout the video. And now off camera, I'm going to do my brows, and I'm going to go into the Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit in the shade 3.75. I like to go in darker with my brows because I am a redhead, but I like to bring out the deeper tones of that, if that makes sense. And I'm going to do this off camera because brows are just not my thing. Okay, so we're going to do that, and we're going to shape them up and put some brow gel on and then be back. So brows are obviously done, and they're kind of thick. I may kind of thin them out in a little bit, but I wanted to go for a thicker, bolder brow, which is typically what I do when it's this time of year. But we are doing like a cranberry November glam look, something that's like Thanksgiving vibes. And so I was thinking I want to do like a cranberry sultry smoky eye. And so we're gonna start off by carving out the crease with this Hush Hush shade. We're going into Bling Boss, the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. I think this is such a good fall palette. I think this kind of sums up like fall going into winter. It is that perfect palette, super affordable. And so yeah, I think I might have had a little bit of something else on my brush, but this is like a true light mauve, almost like a gray nude color. And so we're just gonna kind of shape out the crease and like fluff it out a little bit, just to kind of give it some shape. Y'all know on my channel, I don't really do looks that are like too crazy, because that's just not me, and I feel like not a lot of people wear crazy looks. Like for me, I love watching people do really cool eye looks like for fun. But as far as like, I like to do more wearable looks on my channel, if that makes sense. Now I'm gonna go into the shade Rockstar. It is this true cranberry shade right in the center. I think it's such a pretty color. Cleaning off a brush. I need to clean my eye brushes again. So Rockstar, and we're gonna use this on the outer portion of the lid. Kind of take it with a semi-fluffy brush and blend it out on the outer portion of the eye, also into the crease. So this is what kind of makes it more of a purpley, cranberry, smoky look. I'm gonna go ahead and sweep this off my face, which is super to do if you just take some setting powder and just kind of dust it off if you get too much fallout on your face, whatever you call it. Another palette that I thought was perfect is the James Charles palette. I think that this mini one, I think it's so cute. I think it's a really good Christmas gift for people that like makeup. But I'm gonna go into this cranberry shade right here. This is a little bit more of a lighter color. The color of my eyes leans more towards purple, and this one leans more towards pink. So I'm gonna take that with like this Morphe M433 brush, and we're gonna use this to blend right in the center of the eye. So this is a matte shade, so it's kind of different to be putting in the middle, but I want to put emphasis on that. I want this to be a cranberry look, not super purple. We're just going to blend that out into the outer color, and at the same time I'm going to keep a hand on that other color, the Rockstar shade, and we're going to kind of shape it up to be more of an angled look out here on the corner, if that makes sense. So we're going to really kind of blend it up and out, because this is, even though I said I want this to be super wearable, I think it is, but I like to, I want it also to be like glammy. And to kind of shape up the edges over here, I'm going to take that mini sponge and go into some powder, and this is an easy way to just kind of stamp it and make sure that they're even on both sides, if that makes sense. And we're going to kind of leave that there for a second, so that way if we have any kickback, it'll be safe. So again, I just like to go in with that fluffy brush that has that lighter shade, the Hush Hush color, and go around the edges to make sure it's really soft. You can also go in with a brush that has nothing on it, but because I don't mind it being a little bit more dramatic and like getting a little color outside the lines, as long as it's that Hush Hush shade, I don't mind. So just gonna kind of feather it out a little. Now we're gonna go into the Morphe and Jeffree Star palette, and I'm gonna go into Calabasas, which is like a crimson red color. So this, we have like a pinky tone, a purpley tone, and now I want like a red tone of cranberry, because cranberry can really mean like a lot of things. And we're just gonna kind of push this on the baseline, or the lash line, not the baseline. And then we're gonna kind of press it out. So this is gonna just kind of provide more of a color. So we want this to kind of just look really blended. There's really no like system going on here. I just thought we needed some more red at the bottom because it is a little bit too light. So we're just gonna kind of press that in. And another reason I'm doing this is because I gotta be real, I don't really love how purple it looks. I want it to be more red. So we're gonna kind of try to kind of cover our tracks with adding a little bit more red and only letting the purple kind of show up here. So that's why I kind of wish I would have done this first, but it's a super easy fix to kind of just bring out a little bit more red rather than so much purple. Now for the main portion of the lid, I do want it to be a little bit more light because that's just me. I like a lighter look rather than something super deep and smoky. And so I'm gonna go into this Morphe flat brush, the M167. I'm gonna spritz it with a little bit of setting spray just to get it kind of damp so it'll pick up more shimmer. And so we're really gonna lighten it up by going back into this Jaclyn Hill palette and going in the shade Ballsy. I think this is such a pretty color. It has a hint of cranberry to it, but it also has like some silver, some pink, some purple. And so I think this is just a really pretty color. And yeah, I think this look would look so pretty on so many different skin tones. And ultimately, this look that I have on right now, you could probably just use this Bling Boss palette. I can remember being so excited when this palette came out last year, or whenever it was. I was at Ulta before it opened. I'm gonna pack it on a little bit more because I like how it's kind of like a sheer color, but I also don't want it to look too sheer. So we're gonna kind of carve it a little bit and then let it kind of flow, if that makes sense. And then I'm just gonna go back into one of the original brushes and blend it out at the top because I don't want it to be, this isn't a choppy look we're going for. This is just a pretty Thanksgiving glam. So now that we have that blended out, I think it looks so pretty. It's just so many different colors blended together that makes this like pretty. It's like a little purpley, but I want to keep it from being too purpley. So to do that, we're really going to smoke out the bottom lash line with more of a red shade. And so we're going to go back into Calabasas right here, that crimson red. And so this is just going to really make the red pop a little bit more. So we're going to start off lightly. We don't want it to look too crazy. And so I like this brush, the Jeffree Star JS6 brush, because it has like a pointed tip to it, but it also can be like fluffy. So I'm gonna go on the pointed side and just run that around. And to keep it from me looking like a full-on vampire, I'm gonna dip into Mogul. Please don't make fun of me for not knowing how to say that. M-O-G-U-L. It is like a purpley pink color, like Daphne Scooby-Doo is what it reminds me of. And we're gonna kind of layer that on top just to kind of tone down the red a bit, but still have it there. So yeah. And also just to deepen it a wee bit, I'm gonna go into Mystic in the Jaclyn Hill Bling Boss palette. It's a deep color. And so I'm gonna take that with a tiny like pencil brush thing, and then we're gonna stamp that right on the edges of the lash line, just to kind of provide more of a smoky look. And so we're just gonna kind of dab that in. And we're gonna go back into that brush that has nothing on it and kind of blend out the edges to make sure it's not too crazy. So yeah. To line the top lash line, I'm actually going to be testing out a product. So this brand called Mia Adora, they sent me this unshakable eyeliner, and this is a high pigment waterproof liquid liner, and I'm really excited to be testing it out. I've never tried it before. This will be like a first impression thing, and so it does seem like it has a nice tip, so I'm just going to like test it on my hand. So yeah, we're gonna test this out today, and we're just gonna do a little wing just because I really want something for the lashes to kind of attach to, but we already have so much going on that I don't think we need a huge wing on top of that. So far so good with the liner. Seems really pigmented and black. So the liner kind of went a little crazy and went a little farther out than I wanted it to, so we do have a thicker wing, but that's okay. So that's about as thick as I want it. Honestly, I really am super thankful that they sent me this eyeliner, but it is not my favorite eyeliner. It's just kind of watery, and as you can see, like, they're not perfectly even, and I don't like that. So it was kind of hard because it's a little bit, again, like watery, not as sturdy as I would like it to be. So that's just my opinion. But then again, I normally use the Kat Von D liner, which I love, and so it's kind of hard to compare to because the Kat Von D is such a good liner. And so yeah, sorry they're not perfect, but I did kind of thicken up the edges, and so we're just curling my lashes now. And then also I bought myself, and this is also a giveaway item coming up in a little bit, but the Sephora Favorites lash stash. And so I love buying these every year. It's just like a big old thing. It's $48, but you get 10 mascaras, and so I love trying out new mascaras. It's a favorite of mine. Let's see, which one do we want to try today? I've already tried quite a few of them. Sorry, that was really loud. So we're going to use this oh, that's a chunky one. Okay, so we're going to go into this Too Faced mascara. And I'm going in with lashes, so mascara is not the most important component. I said I was going in with a thin liner. I'm gonna go into these, which are by Ardell. These were $12. They're wispy and thick, and since my well, they're not thick, they're like wispy and kind of thin, so I'm gonna go into these just because I don't feel like using a brand new lash today, and these are already used, and so yeah. Okay, so lashes are on. I think I have a glob of glue on both of my contacts. Everything is super blurry right now. But for bronzer, we're gonna go into Tequila Tan by Kylie Cosmetics. And so I'm just gonna use this to kind of contour and bronze up the face. And I'm also going to go into this Milk NYX eyeliner real quick and line my bottom lash line. I just really love this because it kind of brightens up your entire eye. I feel like it just like makes your eyes look bigger. And we'll put bottom mascara on in a second. I just really wanted to do that so I didn't forget. But now I'm going to go into another new product, and this is some blush. This is Kylie Cosmetics in the shade Rosy. They had 30% off today in Ulta. Unfortunately, it will be up by the time this video's up. Let's see. Okay, so it's a little bit darker than I thought it was, but even though they had a sample, it just seemed lighter, but I love this kind of color, and I think it's gonna be really pretty with the eyes, and so I'm just gonna go into a little bit. I'm not sure how pigmented it is. I think that's pretty. I went in with a lot. What's expected from Claire. Now I'm gonna go back into a little bit of bronzer and kind of shape it up at the bottom. And then I'm going to go back into some Fenty Beauty powder like I said I was, and I'm going to just kind of shape up the bottom just slightly. I think sometimes people use a little bit too much, and we just kind of want it to be evened out. Sorry, I didn't realize we were so out of line there. But now I'm going to go ahead and highlight my face, which is always one of my favorite parts. And I'm going to go into my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, and I'm going to go into the shade Dim Light, which is this a pinky toned cooler shade, and we're just gonna kind of really highlight the face with it. And I'm so excited about this Jaclyn Hill launch. I think it's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to get it. It's what I asked for my birthday. And so yeah, there will be a review and tutorial on that. So I'm kind of just gonna bring that down a lot more in the front, get that Jaclyn Hill look, a little bit on the nose, slide them out on the forehead. I just like looking glowy lately. I used to like looking matte because I thought I had to because I had oily skin. But now I realize you can have the best of both worlds. And so we're gonna sweep it off down here. For lips, I'm gonna be trying out something that I haven't used really, I don't think. This is the NYX Lingerie, which is supposed to be really good. My friend Anna gave me this because she didn't want it. I have eyeliner all over me. And this is in the shade Exotic. So it's a liquid lip, and it's kind of like a cranberry shade, so I really wanted to deepen up the lips. You're gonna see how this looks. It's kind of like slippery, if that makes sense. Like normally liquid lips, like matte liquid lips, are a little bit more thick, but this one's kind of like slips on you. I'm also gonna go into one of my favorite highlighters that is also a part of one of my giveaways. This is Flexitarian from ColourPop. It's like a white blinding highlighter, and so we're just gonna use this on the upper cheekbone, I guess you could say, to kind of give it that zing up here, if that makes sense. Since we're kind of covered down below, we just, oh my goodness. I love a nose highlight. I'm also gonna take that and pop that on the inner corner. I was saving it for that. And on the brow bone as well. Also gonna add some lip gloss, and this is Brunch Drunk by NYX. It's a Filler Instinct lip gloss. I love this stuff. It kind of tingles like that Buxom lip gloss. And this has like a rose gold tint to it. So guys, that is it for today's cranberry purpley November Thanksgiving glam makeup look. I think this is something that's going to be just a fun look. It's a good fall going into winter look, and yeah, I think it looks really pretty. The eyes turned out fabulous. I love how it's like deep and like smoky, but also has hints of red and purple and brightness. And so yeah, the lips really bring out the fact that we wanted more of a cranberry look. So yeah, this is the look we got, so I hope you do like it. And if you do, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and get ready for all of our Christmas giveaways. So thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!